There's no real rhyme or reason to how the surahs are put together. They're not put together historically. Some, as you see, are written in Mecca. Some are written, as our editor explains and notes, in Medina. And they're not arranged chronologically according to the time in which Muhammad received them. How are they arranged? Surahs of the Quran. You never thought we'd get to Muhammad, but here we are. Well, guess what? They are on the whole arranged in order of decreasing length. The longest first, the shortest last. That's why all these little fragments and snippets, I would call them, are at the end of the Quran. You know, it's sort of like you're sitting at a big table and you've got everything sorted out by length. You know, you put these very weighty and impressive chapters of these Quran called surahs. Surah already is a chapter of the Quran. You have these surahs in front of you and you put the arrangement on, and then you've got all these little bits and fragments left on the table. Where are you going to put them? They don't go in any particular place that you can determine. You just put them all at the end. That's why these little bits are all at the end. And so I don't think they're really, I don't think originally were supposed to be complete material. There must have been more material in many cases connected to them, but this is what the editors had, these little snippets, and they put them all at the end. Now, again, that's not an orthodox view. Of course, an orthodox view, everything would have equal weight, but that's how that's how it appears to an outside looking in, that all the little bits and pieces, that fragments and things that didn't really have any context as such that could really be determined were just put at the end. Small pieces. That you would do too. If you were writing a paper and you had some long bits and everything like that, you wouldn't put all the itty-bitty bits at the beginning, then the person wouldn't read your paper. They say, oh my God, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. It's all disjointed. But you don't want to throw any of it away, you know, because it's important, valuable material, so you put it all in. What other book is organized like that you know of? Basically, the New Testament is organized like that. You say, no, it's not. Gospels are different than Acts. Yeah, you're right, but Paul's letters are organized like that. Paul's letters go from longest, more or less, to shortest. And that was the way the Christian editors of the New Testament chose to present Paul's letters. Romans, the longest first, even though it's not chronologically the first in order. And then, as I said, the next longest, Corinthians, and down through Galatians, down to the shorter and shorter and shorter ones. And that's the way they organize Paul's letters. So you see, it isn't something that's a new procedure. It's a known way it's a known way of organization, and it does show what? Editorial activity. You know what I mean? Someone made the decision to organize the materials in that fashion. You understand that? So it is not an angel making those decisions. It's not a supernatural power. It's a human editorial committee that shows itself at work in both Paul's letters and in Surahs of the Quran. Never mind. Now, as the situation in the south deteriorated and some tribes moved north and the breakdown occurred, apparently serious commercial activity on the Red Sea also deteriorated. In order to have serious commercial activity on the Red Sea, you have to have a strong central government somewhere overseeing it. Just like in the area around Indonesia, you know, what are called I forget what those straits out there are called, but they're very dangerous out there in between Thailand and the various islands of the Indonesian archipelago from piracy. And unless someone is controlling the waterways, the pirates do prey on the shipping. It's well-known, it was a well-known piratic area. There still is piracy out there to some extent. The Red Sea was also a